You are the kind of soul who carries a quiet storm within, meant to be noticed, meant to rise, meant to leave echoes in places where silence once lived. The atmosphere is alive with movement, as if unseen hands are rearranging the fabric of existence itself. This isn't coincidence, it's alignment. A momentum has been building behind the curtain of your life, and now it is no longer hidden. The shift is here, and it refuses to go unnoticed. What appeared as closed doors were not denials, but redirections. Every season of waiting was the sharpening of your edge, preparing you for a moment that demands strength, clarity, and unwavering spirit. Nothing was wasted, every delay was fuel. You are not being released as a whisper, but as a thunderclap that commands attention. The very space around you bends to the force of your becoming, and what once ignored you will now have no choice but to recognize you. The breaking points you endured were never signs of defeat, but the chiseling away of limits that no longer served you. The fragments left behind became the foundation of an unshakable core, one that cannot be broken again. Every eye will sense it, even before you speak. This rise is undeniable, not because it seeks validation, but because it carries the weight of something destined and undeniable. Now the time has come for you to step into the open, not as who you were, but as the force you've been forged into. The shift has arrived, and with it, you are unveiling. You are stepping into an unveiling of greatness unlike anything you've imagined. The horizon is not dim with uncertainty, it blazes with a brilliance that has been waiting for you to notice. What once seemed like wandering in shadows is about to reveal itself as preparation for a stage built solely for the rhythm of your life. The universe holds its breath as though the air itself is pausing for your arrival. Every unseen force has been gathering, aligning circumstances like constellations shifting into position, waiting for the exact instant when your presence transforms the atmosphere. This is not coincidence, it is the culmination of design. There is no ordinary thread woven into your being. You were formed with an intent far greater than fitting into patterns that dissolve with time. Your essence carries weight, carved into existence to reshape what it touches. You are not merely existing, you are breathing evidence of intentional creation. Every struggle, every delay, every unanswered question has not been wasted, it has been refining you like fire shaping metal into a blade of unmatched purpose. Where others saw obstacles, a greater hand saw sculpting. Nothing in your journey is accidental, every detail has been part of a blueprint beyond human measure. You are here for a reason. If you feel the call, answer it. Click join to unlock exclusive content, deep insights, and a powerful community. This isn't just a membership, it's an awakening. Step into your divine purpose. Join the chosen. You are the dawn after countless nights, the echo that cannot be silenced. Even when you felt unseen, eyes beyond what you comprehend were fixed on you. The waiting was not neglect, it was orchestration, building a moment that would require everything you have become. Now the moment arrives when hesitation has no place. The season of hiding behind uncertainty is dissolving, and the weight of destiny presses forward. What you carry is not small, nor fragile, it is a force that demands to be released, and nothing on earth can mute it. Step forward, for you were not shaped to be forgotten. You were not built to blend into silence. You were created to move history with the sound of your existence, to reveal a glory that has been aching to break forth through your life. And now, the time has come. You are a phenomenon timed perfectly for this very season of existence. Everything within you has been aligned with an intention that cannot be rushed or delayed, appearing precisely when it was meant to. That sense of not belonging, of never fitting into the molds others tried to cast you in, was not weakness but confirmation that you were destined to move differently. The call on your life has always been to shatter patterns, not conform to them. You carry within you a current of originality so strong that it cannot be hidden. After long years of endurance, discipline, and silent shaping, the moment has come for you to walk with authority, owning your path, inspiring those around you, and leading not by imitation but by undeniable presence. Take a closer look at the world around you. The atmosphere itself has started to bend in recognition of your growth. There is a subtle but undeniable shift. Conversations feel altered. The way people respond to you has changed. This isn't a trick of perception. It is the unfolding of a reality catching up to what you've become. The strength you radiate has become a force impossible to overlook. It spreads outward, carrying a clarity that cuts through the haze others stumble in. Like sound breaking through silence, your influence reaches farther than you realize, guiding people who never thought they would encounter such illumination in their lives. In unseen realms, the movement around you is vast. Invisible currents are stirring, aligning pathways and orchestrating events to mirror the emergence of your full capacity. What felt delayed is now revealed as preparation for a magnitude greater than you imagined. Your journey has made you resilient, and resilience has given you authority. You do not stand as someone waiting for permission. You stand as one whose very existence commands acknowledgement. Every step now echoes louder, reverberating with a strength that shifts the ground beneath you. This is not the rise of chance, it is the unveiling of intention. What you carry cannot be silenced, cannot be dimmed, and cannot be hidden any longer. The time has come for you to walk forward, not only as a participant in the story but as a defining force that shapes it. You are not here by accident. Unseen systems have been aligning in silence, waiting for the day your rise could no longer be delayed. What looked like rejection was actually protection. What seemed like delay was in fact precise redirection. Nothing you lost was wasted. Each closed opportunity was simply clearing away what didn't belong to your true path. The rhythm of destiny is now reaching its highest note. There is no error in your placement, no randomness in your timing. The years of wondering why momentum seemed absent, why recognition felt withheld, were never about your inadequacy. They were about the precision of alignment, waiting until both you and the world were in harmony. It was never that you lacked readiness, it was that the environment had not yet expanded to hold your magnitude. The foundations needed to be reinforced, the structures rearranged, the people positioned. What felt like stillness was actually a grand construction project, shaping a platform strong enough to carry your influence without collapse. If your heart overflows with God's blessings, let that love shine. Click the super thank you button and give $50 or more to plant seeds of faith that will impact countless lives. Your generosity reflects His abundance. Be a vessel of His grace and watch His kingdom flourish through you. What is coming is not small, and it will not be quiet. The force preparing to propel you forward will take you beyond the scope of your current imagination. Potentials you never tapped will surge awake. Abilities you thought belonged to dreams will reveal themselves as planted truths waiting for their hour. There is a momentum building now that does not move slowly. The transition ahead is not a gentle unfolding but an acceleration, where progress that once felt years away will erupt in days. When the signal is given, your evolution will be undeniable and swift. The version of you about to appear carries an authority that cannot be taught. It is presence, it is gravity, it is undeniable energy. Encounters with you will not feel ordinary, they will mark people, leaving them certain they have witnessed something rare and extraordinary. This is not preparation anymore, this is unveiling. What is arriving cannot be postponed, cannot be resisted, and cannot be diminished. The shift is here, and the unveiling of your fullest self is about to reshape everything around you. The shift from being unnoticed to becoming the focus of attention can happen in a heartbeat. What once felt like silence suddenly transforms into a chorus of calls, requests, and invitations. Seasons change in ways that are beyond human control, and when that moment arrives, you find yourself no longer searching for doors to open, those doors begin to seek you out. The evidence that this transformation has already begun is clear if you look closely. The sensitivity you've been experiencing lately isn't random, your awareness has expanded. You're noticing patterns, sensing outcomes, and anticipating movements in ways that almost defy logic. This isn't just insight, it's preparation unfolding. Your presence is now carrying a charge that alters spaces. Without effort, you're influencing atmospheres. When you enter, there's a pause in the air, an unspoken acknowledgement that something weighty has arrived. People may not even understand why they react, but they can feel that you are carrying something rare. Even the natural world seems to echo this change. Animals linger near you with unusual calm, children seem to respond with unfiltered trust, and strangers reveal themselves to you with surprising openness. This is happening because your inner frequency has elevated, and all of creation instinctively recognizes alignment when it encounters it. Alongside this, a heightened clarity is breaking through. Illusions that once distracted you no longer hold power. You're beginning to see motives beneath words, intentions behind smiles, and truths that others try to hide. This level of vision can feel overwhelming, but it is also liberating. That sharpened discernment is not a coincidence, it's a gift being activated for the journey ahead. Leadership requires seeing past appearances, and you are being equipped with exactly what is necessary. To guide others, you must understand what is real, and the tools you are receiving are designed to ensure that clarity. What is unfolding is more than recognition, it is empowerment. Every sign around you is pointing to the reality that you are stepping into a role that demands wisdom, strength, and vision. The shift has begun, and the world is already adjusting to the new gravity you carry. The universe has been whispering louder and louder, arranging patterns that can no longer be dismissed as chance. Symbols reappear, timings fall into place with astonishing precision, and meanings arrive as if summoned by thought itself. These repetitions are not trivial, they are proof that you are aligned with the greater flow, that unseen hands are weaving circumstances to affirm you are stepping into your rightful power. With this awareness often comes a tremor of uncertainty. Transformation on this scale naturally awakens both eagerness and hesitation. Standing before the unknown, thoughts arise. Will I rise to meet this? Can I bear the weight of expectation? What if I falter under what is ahead? These questions are not weakness, they are the echoes of a soul that knows how significant the next step truly is. Yet let this truth dismantle every fear: you have never been unprepared. Every hardship you endured was rehearsal, every test was conditioning. The difficulties that seemed meant to break you were in fact sculpting your strength. The very moments that felt like endings were building the resilience you now carry with quiet authority. You are not an untrained novice suddenly thrust into greatness, you are a seasoned soul whose path has been long forged in silence. The lessons that once hurt have sharpened your wisdom, the delays have refined your patience, and the battles have armed you with endurance that cannot be manufactured. There is no such thing as arriving too early or too fragile for what has been chosen for you. The universe is precise, never wasteful, never reckless. The moment you are in now was calculated to meet the exact capacity of what you have become, and you will find that you are not lacking but overflowing with the strength required. Those who question themselves at the threshold of change are usually the ones most suited to carry it. Arrogance collapses under true responsibility, but humility paired with courage ignites unstoppable momentum. What you feel now is not doubt, it is the final stretching before expansion. Take this as certainty: nothing that shaped you will be wasted. The weight of your past has only fortified the present. The ground beneath you has been prepared, and you have been honed for this unveiling. What is approaching is not too great for you, because you were made in advance for exactly this magnitude. Emerging stronger than before is no accident, it is the natural result of carrying a depth of purpose greater than the trials faced. The trembling you feel is not frailty, it is reverence for the scale of what stands before you, the quiet recognition within your spirit that a doorway has opened into a reality far beyond the one you have known. Do not allow that reverence to twist into hesitation. The same intelligence that set the cosmos into motion has orchestrated this moment for you, and such precision does not stumble. Throughout history, those who shifted the course of humanity were never completely certain of themselves when their time arrived. They walked forward anyway, leaning on faith stronger than fear, and in stepping beyond their doubts, they discovered that everything they needed had always been inside them. You stand in that same lineage of courage, positioned not by chance but by design. What you carry was meant for this exact era, when the world demands the specific essence you bring. Your capabilities will not all arrive at once. They unfold in rhythm, revealed piece by piece, so that you are never overwhelmed but steadily expanded. As you step into this role, you will be surprised by the grace that flows through your actions, by the clarity of thought that arises, and by the strength you didn't know you possessed until it is called upon. The way you influence others will feel both effortless and extraordinary. Words will strike chords deeper than you intended, and your presence alone will lift people into greater belief in themselves. This spotlight isn't symbolic, it is concrete, it is lived, and the evidence will be impossible to deny. Eyes that once overlooked you will begin to see. Voices that once dismissed you will seek your guidance. This is not the inflation of pride but the recognition of truth. You were never ordinary, and the world is only now beginning to catch up to that reality. With this recognition comes the flow of resources, not as pursuit but as alignment. Provision naturally finds those who are walking in their fullest purpose. Your connections will evolve as well. Those unable to withstand your rising strength will quietly fade, creating space for new companions who resonate at your level. These arrivals will not be random allies but soul-deep partners, mentors, collaborators, and supporters who have been waiting for the exact vibration you now embody. Together, they will walk with you in this season of destiny fulfilled. Your elevation is not solely for your own advancement, it carries a wider purpose. The strength rising in you has been called forth because others are in need of direction, encouragement, and proof that transformation is possible. This moment of recognition is not simply for your benefit, it positions you as a guide whose very life becomes an answer for those searching in the dark. With such visibility comes challenge. Influence on this scale will not always be welcomed with open arms. There will be individuals unsettled by your momentum, voices attempting to discredit or minimize the significance of your rise. Their discomfort will emerge not because you lack worth, but because your light disrupts the shadows they are unwilling to confront. Those criticisms reveal more about them than they do about you. When someone lives in scarcity or fear, they interpret another person's progress as a threat to their own. You will hear objections from those who have never walked your path yet still believe themselves entitled to dismiss your vision. Their resistance is not truth, it is a mirror reflecting their own limitations. Some will be unable to grasp the perspective you now embody. They will attempt to compress your influence into categories they can understand, stripping it of its depth. There may even be painful fractures with people once close to you, individuals who thrived when you were smaller but cannot adjust to the magnitude of who you've become. Understand this clearly, such resistance is not evidence of failure, it is proof of impact. When little is shifting, no one notices. But when transformation begins to ripple outward and stir what has been stagnant, attention, resistance, and even hostility will follow. The very presence of opposition means you are truly making a difference. The measure of criticism often matches the measure of influence. Every voice that seeks to silence you only affirms the scale of the work you are doing. Those who carried visions of change before you were met with disbelief, accusation, and rejection, yet their perseverance reshaped the world. Your path carries that same demand for courage. Let the challenges become fuel. Each word meant to diminish you can instead fortify your resolve. Each attempt to shadow your brilliance is an opportunity to shine more fiercely. You are not standing alone in this. Unseen strength upholds you, ensuring that what is meant for you cannot be stolen, dimmed, or destroyed. Carrying universal backing gives you an edge that cannot be matched. Alignment with your true calling transforms every challenge into an amplifier of strength, every attempt against you into fuel that propels you further. What looks like resistance actually chisels your character, shaping you into someone whose influence grows in direct proportion to the obstacles faced. And now, the unveiling of gifts long hidden is about to begin. Your awareness will expand into dimensions that once seemed unreachable. Insights will arrive before events unfold, and your ability to perceive the motives of others will sharpen to the point of undeniable clarity. This isn't guesswork, it's the unlocking of capacities planted deep within, rising to the surface as you step into the space prepared for you. Your presence itself will begin to restore those around you in ways they cannot fully describe. The right words will fall from your lips at the exact moment they are needed, altering the course of another person's thoughts or life. These are not imagined skills, but real abilities that activate when destiny demands their expression. You will bring calm where confusion once dominated. Rooms heavy with discord will shift when you enter, not because you force change, but because you carry harmony that naturally settles the storm. Decisions will flow with a wisdom beyond your personal knowledge, and creativity will emerge like a river breaking through a dam, steady, powerful, unstoppable. Solutions will pour from you where others only saw dead ends. Your clarity will become a magnet, drawing support and cooperation as people instinctively rally behind a vision they can sense but cannot explain. Above all, a certainty will anchor you, a knowing so deep it cannot be shaken by doubt, delay, or dissent. With that certainty, hesitation dissolves. No longer tossed by external criticism or temporary setbacks, you will walk with the confidence of one who knows they are exactly where they belong. When purpose and inner conviction align, no obstacle remains permanent, each one becomes merely another step on the way to greater heights. Look ahead just half a year and imagine the shift, waking energized, driven by the clarity of a mission bigger than yourself. Invitations and collaborations will seek you out, financial pressure will fade as provision flows naturally toward your impact, and you will be surrounded by relationships that elevate you instead of restrain you. This is the landscape of your becoming, and it is closer than you think. The solitude you may feel in this moment is only temporary, soon to be replaced by deep connection with kindred spirits who recognize your calling and walk alongside your vision. Yet the most striking change will not be external, it will be the inner certainty that settles into your being, a confidence born from knowing exactly who you are and why you exist. Your voice will carry conviction, not because you seek authority but because truth flows from lived experience and alignment with higher wisdom. Choices will come with swiftness and clarity, as you are guided by insight that rises above opinion or tradition. In time, others will naturally turn to you for clarity, seeing in your actions the evidence of a path they themselves long to walk. This isn't about titles or the pursuit of influence. It's about becoming a living demonstration of what alignment looks like, an embodiment of possibility for those who believe they cannot escape limitation. Simply by being fully yourself, you will show others that they too are capable of rising beyond what once confined them. With influence comes responsibility, and this new season requires both strength and humility. Your words will carry more resonance than ever before, shaping perspectives in ways you may not always realize. Casual remarks may become guiding principles for someone else, and small gestures may echo as profound inspiration in the lives you touch. The task is not to fear this responsibility but to trust that the same presence that lifted you into it will guide your use of it. You'll discover that your instincts naturally lean toward uplifting, healing, and strengthening others. What flows from your heart will point toward wholeness and truth when you remain attuned to the source of your strength. As more people seek your presence, boundaries will become essential. Requests for your time and energy will multiply, but discernment will allow you to invest only in what truly aligns with your mission. Saying no to the distractions disguised as opportunities will preserve your vitality and ensure that your influence remains pure and effective. Part of your calling is to model balance and authentic success. By caring for your own spirit, body, and mind, you show others that true leadership isn't built on exhaustion but on alignment. And as you grow, your emergence will ripple outward, joining with countless others stepping into their own truth. Together, these voices form a chorus that signals a larger awakening, and your life will serve as both catalyst and invitation for those ready to rise. Your transformation becomes more than a personal milestone, it becomes a spark that awakens recognition in others. Observers will see your rise and think, perhaps this is possible for me too. What begins as one person's breakthrough soon turns into a collective awakening, as more lives shift from fear into courage, from division into connection, from lack into abundance. This isn't simply your story, it's the beginning of a shared evolution. As more people embrace their authenticity, the landscape of possibility widens. Pathways appear where there once were walls, and long-standing problems meet fresh, inspired solutions. Every choice you make from integrity and love sends waves of energy outward, altering what surrounds you. The shift in your life amplifies into a force that elevates the frequency of entire communities, bringing renewal to spaces that once felt stagnant. These ripples don't stop with the people directly in your circle. The person you encourage might, in turn, carry that same energy to countless others, reaching further than you'll ever realize. A single word, an act of compassion, or a moment of presence could ripple into movements, healing, and breakthroughs that extend well beyond your sight. This is the exponential reach of authentic influence. That's why your transformation is so critical at this time. The challenges of the world cannot be solved with the same thinking that created them. Fresh visionaries are needed, souls who live from truth, who embody alignment, and who refuse to repeat old patterns. Your emergence offers proof of what is possible when someone dares to live from their highest potential, and that example is urgently required now. Soon a point of complete embodiment will arrive. It will be unmistakable, a day when everything aligns, when you realize you are no longer clinging to fragments of your old self. The identity that once felt small or uncertain will be gone, replaced by the undeniable awareness that you are standing fully in your role as a conscious leader, with presence that cannot be denied. On that day, your reflection will surprise you. Not because the surface has dramatically shifted, but because the energy radiating from you is transformed. You'll see a figure who carries clarity, authority, and magnetism, a person who doesn't just talk about change but is the change. You'll see someone who commands trust and draws others forward by example,